Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, The Score Esports, and NVIDIA.
We are just one map away from crowning an ESL 1 New York champion. Who will lift the iconic trophy and take the lion's share of $250,000 home, as well as the pride and the knowledge ahead of a whole lot of fantastic CS events? To note that they have gone and done it versus 8 of the world's best. It's a grand final, and the statistics that were hunted down by Duncan did state that Virtus.pro historically, when they get to a grand final, they win. 2 grand finals and 2 trophies. Will they make it a third? Or will NaVi once again feature in that rather miserable statistic? I think you remember it better than I. Was it 2?
Yeah, I believe they only won 2 of, and well, this will be their 7th final, and unfortunately it was the 2 smaller ones. It wasn't like the ones that had the elite competition at the very top level.
Well, it certainly does point in one direction. I mean, that is just the stats that we tell you all the time. You should not necessarily read too far into the stats. Admittedly, for this one, they've been very, very impressive for Bialy. Just quickly casting my eyes over that one as we prepare ourselves for Mirage. He's rocking close to 50 frags across 2 maps, but let's not get hung up on that. We do keep looking at these numbers a little too often, and we haven't got a great deal of time to talk about Mirage. Actually, I'll start with you, Yanko. Mirage, Virtus.pro and NaVi. When you see that map written down with these 2 team names alongside it, what does that make you start thinking?
Probably the 2 teams that have been known for it the first, right? As the tactical teams, disregarding Fnatic, and because they were always so individually based, and it's always a strong matchup for both teams. Now, at this particular tournament, looking at how NaVi had the opportunity to watch how VP played that overtime game against SK, they definitely had the opportunity to, you know, look for patterns and think of a way how they can counter VP's playstyle on the map.
As much as that is true, it certainly is, and obviously NaVi were literally watching the other semi-final. If I'm watching that semi-final, I'm also thinking, bloody hell, how are you supposed to beat them on that map? Like, basically, even when you figure them out, they're like, okay, well, you like that? Here's plan B, here's plan C. Like, Virtus.pro are really, really tough to beat on this map. So, listen, the NaVi that turn up on train, that would be scary for anyone to play. But I feel like, okay, we've had the 2 blowouts. This feels like the map where it's destined to be the real dogfight, and especially because on the NaVi side of things, I don't see them being the ones to blow it out, because this is where I feel like this is where the pressure gets to you. This is where if you've been so close that many times, you didn't win, this is where you start to worry, you start to think, oh, like, who's going to step up here? Is it going to be my teammate? Is it going to be him? So maybe if NaVi come with a really, really big performance, we see a classic here. I'm actually feeling like VP's going to take it, though, despite last map.
Man, oh man. The apprehension, no doubt, is rife with both, but NaVi most definitely probably have the brunt of it. Just Yanko's prediction is needed, and the players are ready to jump in.
I really like the way VP played against SK. They were switching things up on the CT side with aggression. They did make a couple of small mistakes, and I think they will iron it out for the grand final, so I'm going with VP to take the trophy.
Wow, looks like you guys are expecting to see 3 out of 3 for the polls after this one. The ESL 1 New York trophy will be lifted in about 45 minutes time, unless we see another overtime extravaganza. Honestly, I wouldn't put it past them. These teams have been putting on a fantastic show for everyone who is still sticking around. Much respect to these guys who have just gone ahead and ventured into the next day. So good morning everyone. Nice to have you here in the Barclays Center, and let's watch some fantastic Counter-Strike to get this day started right.
Yeah, good morning indeed, good night, good final. Let's hope we get our game that's actually deserving of the tournament we've had. It's been incredible so far, and even in the final, even though they've been one-sided scorelines, there's been a lot of individual play, there's been a lot of clutches, and I think on Mirage, we're on neutral territory now.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think we're going to see that level of play, but from both teams, and I think Mirage is the perfect map to deliver that sort of result. So here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise in the final map here. We're about to crown the champions here in New York. It's going to be 3 sets of on Virtus.pro. A couple of flashbangs. Looks like they're actually focusing towards the B side of the map as well. Bialy going to be charging in first. The bomb's committed as well. Sees Flash is going to be falling back. A Simple, he gets the first kill. Looking for the second. Gets the second headshot, but Neo takes him down.
Neo does, but Snax has already made his way deep inside of the site. He's rotated around, and Sees gets spotted from the bench. That tap in through the window was ominous as it stared down toward the doorway, and doorway that was occupied by NaVi, trying to control the situation inside of the site. Another kill coming in from Guardian, 2 in fact, as Pastor will drop. It leaves it as just Snacks, bomb down inside of the site. 1 minute and 5, but they know exactly where he is, and time is not the factor now. It's all about the positioning. Snacks needs to pull back out. Don't much damage done. It is the Glock, so he's got bullets left as well, but he can't close it. Edward on 8, and Guardian, much better than that, will take Snacks down.
There it is, Virtus Pro, quite a simple play there. 4 people actually committing towards the B apartments, coming in together, but it's simple. He finds the first 2 headshots there, gets the information to his teammates as well. Yes, he drops at that point, but they're able to recover the round. Guardian with 2 nice P2000 kills, and it will be the force buy on the second. No bomb planted, of course, for Virtus Pros. It's going to be Desert Eagles, Tech 9s, and a scout in the hands of Neo. He's got a decent spawn as well, looking to get that first shot towards winner, but no presence at all from the CTs there. We'll have a look whether Guardian will be challenging himself. He's actually got the UMP, no scout for him. Still an opportunity to do something with this round, but Virtus Pro have only got 1 smoke they'll play with. That is in the hands of Neo. He's towards mid for now as Edward tends to be looking towards that apartment area, but the first exchange comes in as a sloppy one, but Guardian gets the first headshot with the UMP.
Pasha's there to respond, but so too is Simple, trading back out inside the middle. Edward, his job done, his obligation. Neo down. Taz still does get one on the cross with the Deagle. And as they have pushed them back, they've got the A site, but they don't have the package to plant inside of it. It's the bomb down in middle and seized and Simple to cover off with a crossfire. That will take down the rest of the Virtus Pro members. 2-0 for NaVi to start it off. CT side, so for the second game, they're the ones that strike first. Virtus Pro Mirage gonna have to wait 1 more with no bomb plants to try and get guns up, so just patience before the game really unfolds, and they're going to stick with that 1 MP9 on Flamey, no armor. He could do some damage with it.
Well, here we go, and the objective of this third round will just be to actually get the bomb down for Virtus Pro. You see they've purchased 3 smokes here, a couple of flashbangs as well. They probably won't win the round. It's very unlikely to do that. They can get a plant down. It definitely helps boost the money going into round number 4 here. So, having a look at the buy for NaVi as well. USP just for Guardian, MP9 for Flamey. I think they could get the bomb down here, but Flamey's nice and close. He'll be playing in front of the smokes. Maybe he can be the thorn in their side here.
And they threw the bomb toward the Palace position, which means they wanted to drop out quickly and go for the fast plant, but Flamey pushes up. MP9. Note as well as Edward's going to go down and take Snacks. The Guardian is elected to stay just on the USP. He's not even gambling to look for kills on the SMGs. He wants the off no matter what in the next round, and that next round, it's about to start. Neo's going to get pushed back with bomb inside of Palace. Edward survives with 1 HP, so he won't be in this fight. He needs to keep the M4, and they'll allow that to happen as Simple goes in. And it'll be 3-0 NaVi, not surprisingly, considering the situation, but importantly, no bomb plant, no AWP on the Virtus Pro side. They elect to go all 5 rifles, but they get decent utility with it. They do have 4 smokes to work with.
Yeah, not forcing around that AWP. This is going to be going into 5 AKs, and we'll see what they can go for. I'm sure it'll be a very default round to kick things off with. If I'm NaVi, though, I probably want to be going aggressive here, looking for that first pick. Let's see what they decide to do. Simple actually jumps out the mid window here. Goes towards connector, not committing towards the top and middle. Yeah, that's all he'll go. Changes his mind. He's going up for the information straight away here. Doesn't spot anything. It's quite a passive hold from the terrorists for now as they're actually working towards the B apartments, get flashed off, and they have to fall back here. Bomb still towards middle, so not making their move at all just yet. They're going to try to save the utility to do a little bit more. They've got 4 smokes remaining, just seeing what kind of initial aggression is coming in from the CTs here. Guardian will be positioned towards CT spawn for now. We're actually rotating back from mid.
Neo coming out from the underpass, just checks above. Common now with the angle, especially if you put someone in connector to watch the corner at top of middle. But the angle from window as well, that you can get on top of that fence very easily as the catwalk player to watch down below. So checks it. They're being strategic. They don't want to take chances. Not in a grand final like this. Neo pushed through from Edward. He's going to drop inside of the smoke. And Edward, he's still alive in it, but can't find the shot onto Snacks. As the AK-47 will reign supreme. It's Taz to follow up. It's Taz again. Virtus Pro. The plow starts to roll. It's not going to be a 3-1 scoreline. Surely as seized. Has to find 4 if he wants any chance. And Famas does have a kit and a Molotov to work with, but unfortunately, it's really a far cry from enough to try and pull the round back as they've got a decent post plant, set up a triangulation around the bomb, and a far offside lurk to try and take this gun down from seized.
Well then, seized. Looks like he will just be trying to save the Famas here. Can't recover an upgraded weapon. Guardian lost his all towards CD spawn, but what a round that was from VP. Holding up in a very defensive position at the start of the round there. You can see they're waiting for that initial aggression to come from the CTs there. Doesn't happen, and Snacks will finish things off. They get a lot of attention, VP, towards the connector area, and as soon as they do, and as soon as Edward's committed towards that connector zone, he actually pushes in, and Taz, He comes out of the Palace area, nails a shot on Guardian as well, just as he looks away as well, finds a second shot towards Jungle as well. And finally, we might have a nice close game here going forward. There is money available for NaVi. They're going to have the double orb set up here. So Simple, he'll bring out that weapon as well alongside with Guardian. The other players aren't so quickly equipped, but look at the orb duel kick off here. Nero gets the first headshot, but Simple, he quickly answers back, taking out Pasha on the other side.
And a well-traded kill. It's not often. You can see a double peek from that position, so well received inside the middle again. We know NaVi like to put a lot of mid pressure on their T side, but so far, VP using it as well. Underpass last time, this time around, the face at the top of the ramp. Bomb still in T-spawn, it's all about the pick to start it off. But Simple and C's now with that second AWP picked up are gonna try and hold off from either side with the big guns, the one-shot wonder. And this smoke is meant to be a ruse. They're meant to look like it's smoked off inside of A main as Flamey will cover it off, but Seized is on the offside. He's got Snacks down. The smoke I speak of is the one on top of the ramp at A because the bomb's slowly going toward that position. It's Taz that's gonna get found out. The smoke on top was never spotted, but Edward did push through regardless. Taz will drop, Edward's gonna fall inside of the site, cover it off. It's just 2 to find, but they've got mid to work with. The isolation smoke's top stairs as well as on jungle, and this could actually be misleading. They might catch at least one off guard here. How fast can they communicate? How fast can they react? Neo's gotten inside the site. He's watching to make sure he's not gonna turn. Oh, why does he pull the nade? He's got the first shot. The mistake was made, but Bialy's there. And Edward will at least get pulled back, but he's gotta find this against 2. It could have been so much more. And Bialy, that flash is going to slow him. They've got a player in jungle as well. Simple just needs to peek for information, but he doesn't even want to take the chance at this point in time as there's 17 seconds. He wants to let him commit to the bomb plant, which he will soon have to do. Molotov will force him out, though, and that means the exchange will come down to the 1 versus 1. Immediate smoke, no fight, no plant, because it is going to be 7 seconds. That's going to be the round, surely, or is it? Nearly catches him in the open. Bialy, and Simple goes for more. Only he would do, and NaVi will take it to 4-1.
Bialy didn't have many options there, but the play he brings to the table, that's actually very intelligent indeed. Forces the player to come out from that Molotov, and it's actually the player from jungle as well. He has to face, he has no choice to try and deny the pun. I think they could have allowed it to go down and just waited, but still they managed to win the round. So no harm, no foul. BP do not get the bomb down, and they're going to be force buying into round number 6 here. So trying to answer back and not allowing the CT economy to swell here. So they're coming to 2 AK-47, 3 Tech 9s. Still quite a weak buy for NaVi considering. So do manage to pick up 1 AWP, but sees he's aggressive towards the B apartment. Snacks is waiting on the other side of that smoke. That this first frag is going to be important, and Snacks gets it. The B bomb side is open. Will they capitalize here towards shore?
Simple immediately on counter entry, though, is going to find one. Taz is there. Angle held off, missed shot. Guardian as well. That allows bomb to cross. Go for the plan early. And Guardian's going to go aggressive out the window as Guardian would do. Lovely shot on Pasha. He'll fall, but so too does Flamey back in the site. So again, it's only a 1-man advantage in the post plant for Virtus Pro. Could have been a 3 versus 3. Guardian still looking, waiting for Edward to get information. Spots one inside the corner. Taz can't necessarily wide peek to go for Guardian. Nearly gets the lineup as well as Edward snaps back down on the aim, and Guardian knows the situation is grim. No kit, AWP valuable. It'll be Virtus Pro with their second round, and Henry 4-2. We haven't seen that scoreline yet. Maybe we got a game.
This is what I wanted to see. We've said Mirage would be the deciding factor here. I wanted to see a nice tight game. It's been back and forth so far. That's what we want. And that force by Virtus Pro is definitely justified. The previous round comes down to a 1v1. Bialy did a ton of damage to the economy. And so then they go for the force by the 2 AK, the 3 Tech 9s. We said that first kill was going to be so important. It snacks to the Tech 9 towards Palace. He gets it. They capitalize. They've got straw control as well. They get in. Simple can't hold them off. And Guardian, he's missing a couple of the key shots there, but he gets a really strong one from out the window. But it's not quite enough. NaVi, this is what we want to see. They're going to be buying around the AWP, so Guardian still has that weapon in hand. He saved it from the previous. They've got a scout and some upgraded pistols to work with here. It's looking like Virtus Pro, they're actually going for the execute off the bat. They've got 4 players committed to that side of the map. We'll be holding up for now as Snacks, he holds the underpass. He'll be coming for the flank once the execution comes in. Smoke starting to be deployed towards the 8 side, with 3 players at the CTs ready to hold them off.
Bialy beyond the smoke inside of the A ramp is going to try and go in with the bomb. They need Neo. They needed Neo to try and get inside the site, but Guardian hitting that shot immediately. It's going to make things harder. Pasha's at least found one in Sandwich. Snacks follows up. Simple goes down. Guardian has to look back toward mid, and they get a play with a fast play as Virtus Pro wraps around. Guardian, no time to respond. Flamey nearly spots one exiting. He's assassinated. And Seized with a CZ is all but dead as Pasha He's gonna try and just get inside the window. AK-47 vent not broken out, as we know. The Mirage vent, unlike the one on Cobblestone, not easy to shoot through, so with a CZ, penetration not really ideal anyway. It's not gonna be anything fancy, and already he's just gonna have to wait this one out. They don't even really need to hunt this down. They know the money situation. There's no point giving away AKs. They're still behind in the game, and they need to build in fast.
Yeah, the war of attrition should be over at this point. A few force buys either way. NaVi knew they were up against it there. They saved the AWP. Guardian gets the opening frag there, but he can't do much more. He's getting flanked from Connector as well. He's smoked out of position, and that's the only kill he picks up there. So NaVi's surely going to be coming in for Nico as we enter round number 8. And a chance to tie things up, Matthew. The early stages, this really is going to be a close one, and I'm excited to see it happen. So NaVi do get a CZ, a P250, that's about it. So he gets some body armor to work with, but this should be an almost guaranteed round for Virtus Pro. NaVi have gone with the approach of a 4-man stack towards B. Could potentially push off towards shore here, but with no flashes, it's very difficult to see a world where they can actually get more than one frag or so.
Seized has gotten into Palace early on. Not only are they on an eco in this round, but Virtus Pro's built up a round in hand already. They stay efficient here, and they actually get a significant lead, considering it's the CTs who struggle with economy. They'll be able to break them down time and time again against NaVi, so they've got a chance to actually steal control of the half by doing this round in a very well-structured manner to make sure that reinvestment isn't something that's going to cost them 2 or 3 rounds down the line. Flash round, Pasha's going to go in. 2-man in there, he spotted them both. Simple's gone away to evade. He's going to get taken down, Pasha with both. One for each bicep, as it's going to be Bialy to push through the apartments. Flash in behind the van, no one there, but it's 2 at bench. The stack over toward the B side is being picked apart. 1 kill for Guardian. Keep these kills in mind. We did say efficiency's key. And in nearly a second, it will be. Flamey almost finding a 3rd, but Snacks is there to take him down. It's all on to Seized. Bomb plant to come in to ensure all possibilities are gone. Let's see, he can catch them off early, and he's going to try and rotate around toward the apartments. If he gets one more kill or picks up one of the guns dropped inside the site, it would work wonders, but even that's going to be a tall task considering they're all down inside the depths of the site themselves.
Not the worst round for NaVi, considering what they brought to the table in terms of the investment. A few upgraded pistols there, and Caesar to CZ. They actually go for that B stack, but they have 2 players aggressive towards the ladder room there. That's to bait in and suggest the B side's open. Those first 2 kills come down, sure, but the actual players hiding the B side, they managed to find 2 kills themselves, so that's beneficial, you know. That's probably the best they could have hoped for. Caesar gets another one as well. If he can save an AK into the next round, this actually isn't too bad at all. We'll tie things up at 4-4. We'll have a look at the money for NaVi going to the next round. Guardian definitely have enough to get the AWP out. C saving the AK as well. They're in a decent position now. That round was successful with damage and money on Virtus Pro, and now this is where the game really begins. Gun rounds for both sides, and we'll see what they actually bring. No double ult set up for NaVi this time, and no ult for Snacks as of yet. Another map he's very strong on with this weapon. He's going to be sticking with the 5 rifles for now. And Guardian, it does really see him get rolling just yet in this grand final, I would say. Had a few interesting shots, but that's about it.
Pasha will put some utility out toward middle, but Virtus Pro not applying the pressure in that position this time around. They've lost that battle now twice. Execution's worked, well, I won't even say execution. Speed with a little bit of execution, a little bit of utility on the A sites worked for them. And it's underpass late this time. Simple on Catwalk's gonna fall back with smokes in front of him, but Edward still does find Pasha through the edge of a smoke at Connector. Neo's gonna know he's in there, but the smoke still looms, and therefore it's harder to find the angle. As proven, Edward there to get the second, nearly a 3rd, but Snacks does do the damage in return. He only drops to 56 as well, which is going to be crucial as they walk in. Taz through, but Guardian finally responds. Bombs dropped on top of the box inside the site. Quick stealth flash to try and pull him out, and all right, Guardian, let's not get too carried away. But why not? Take the shots while he can. He's got to wait for the rotations. If he can pick up an extra kill, it'd be lovely, and the rotations do arrive. It's Seized again to drop bomb against Taz. Snacks in a 1 versus 3. He's in the site. They don't have the angle. They're going to try and rotate one back as Ward jungle to see if they can catch him off. Guardian, I'm not 100% sure he spotted him with that jump.
Bomb down on the sides as well, but Snacks, he's come here to fight. He gets the first kill, brings it down to 2 versus 1. He gets Simple then, does damage as well. Guardian goes down to 36. So at this point, Snacks in 30 seconds still has a chance here, but it's thwarted. Sees this finding from jungle, and what looked like an interesting situation does come down to NaVi taking the lead here.
And so clever to throw that nade and spam into the box right away. All he has to do is a little bit of damage, and that nade could take it the rest of the way, but doesn't work out. Clever thought. In the end, NaVi go up to the 5th round, 9 done in total. We're on 10, there's 1 between them. And it's gonna be 5 AK-47s again, this time Guardian, the only AWP, not a double up setup. Simple and Sees to the B site. Guardian inside window. Not a default smoke thrown out early because there's no pressure inside of mid just yet from Virtus Pro. Again, they'll fan out, cover off the wings. Bialy more passive to see if there's a push, and now they'll work to it late as Neo gets in toward the underpass.
Very defensive from the terrorists at the start here, not going for that initial mid-control, which we know they are capable of. Pasha will be the first player to get to the mid-boxes here, just working out any CTs are waiting for him. Guardian will be positioning himself in CD spawn once again. BB have been heavily focusing towards the A site on their gun rounds here, and it's going to be more of the same with Edward. He's been a difficult, tricky character here towards the connector. He doesn't manage to get that first shot through the smoke this time, but he does spot a couple of players towards top and middle.
Neo behind the smoke, Snacks as well, crossfire set. It's going to be Edward to try and overcommit onto a peek against Pasha. Flamey wants back into the same spot, but it's too many Virtus Pro players in one small confinement for Flamey to set himself ablaze. It's Guardian and Simple seized. All rotating back to join hands on the A site. Bomb's going that direction, or at least was for a moment.
Well, at this point, Virtus Pro, that 40 seconds remaining, don't need to fully commit. You see Neo still has the bomb towards T-spawn here. They're waiting for the reaction. He's actually watching the B apartments. They've got such a huge advantage here. It's very unlikely they're going to throw it away, and there it is. C's trying to do what he can. He gets taken down. 5-on-2 now. 30 seconds remaining. Looks like they will be committing towards the A side, surely, considering... Well, actually, I guess they spotted Guardian there. That might be the signal to go towards B, but it doesn't matter. Pasha blows his head off, and Neo the final player as well. Very clean round there from Virtus Pro. Defensive at the start, claiming middle, slowly but surely taking down Edward, and then the round just falls apart for NaVi. And after winning one previous round there, after losing 3, they're going to actually be on a full eco here. It's a hard reset here as we get to 5-5. Could be a double eco for NaVi as well. I'd say almost certainly.
Well, this is the thing. If you keep yourself close as the terrorists and you build up a little bit of a bank, CTs are always going to be disadvantaged. Flamey's not moving in spawn right now. Taz is going to take down Guardian and Simple. Okay, he has a little bit of lag. He's elected to move. I don't know if it was an issue or whether or not he was just taking a moment to speak with teammates. See, players we know Exist is famous for that. Used to stay in spawn, usually as a collective unit, but take time rather than a timeout, although they do have 4 now, so not sure. So Flamey's going to get out toward Catwalk. Late flash comes in. Edward, he's going to try and peek back out, but Flamey drops. Pasha's there around the corner. Second member seized. He'll fall as well as Virtus Pro continues to charge toward the side. All 5 stay alive. This is where, as you said, they were in double eco territory. They've got a problem now because that's a 5-man alive round for Virtus Pro. It's going to be even harder to break them down the line as they've got 2 rounds in hand.
Yeah, considering now they have to take another eco as well here. It's going to be Virtus Pro just building their bank balance. They can keep 5 players alive once again. They'll be set for the rest of this half for sure. As we enter round number 12, here is the eco coming in. It's going to be a PD-50 and a Deagle. That's all NaVi have to work for before they're in for that stack towards B. This is going to be more of a default mentality as we go into this one. It's a fast mid play. This is what I'm used to with Virtus Pro, actually just bullying themselves towards that mid area and coming in very fast with those 8 splits, and it's no different this time. As Bialy, he'll be smoking off that first confrontation area. He just did a little bit of damage towards Guardian, and he's actually pushing into that smoke. Guardian's going to try and use their own smoke and see if he can pounce and find 1 kill potentially from that. I don't see it happening, but maybe it could get interesting here.
Bialy with that small amount of vision underneath the edge is going to try and find something. Instead, it's Guardian as he finds him in the corner. A lovely shot. Bialy, oh, this is such the timing. Is always in CS, but manages to get it back. Snacks is there as well, and Simple will fall. It's Flamey and sees the pistols, not able to accomplish much so far, but he will pull 1 back. Flamey into Bialy. An awkward exchange on Catwalk. Flamey's brought himself back into the fold. There's guns available, 2 AKs. A bomb down on the B site, no kits, no armor, and it's a matter of just saving these to pull them forward again. They need to get back in, and any gift, money-wise at this point, they need to take.
Absolutely, it's definitely not worth trying to win this round. They've got 3 players to find. They've got the bomb down as well. They've got no kits, so save these weapons. The money's not going to be fantastic. There'll be a 3rd stage loss bonus after this round to $2,400 coming into about their 2.5k average investment to the next one. So they can definitely get the orbs out. They save these AKs as well. They actually set themselves up for a more successful last few rounds here in the first half. Flamey and Seized will be hunted though. You can see the terrorists starting to feel out the map. It will be Neo towards A. He's trying to find anything he can out of this. But both the CTs waiting towards T-spawn, and they should be safe at this point. They're going to have 1 player coming in from the apartments is Taz, but C should be waiting for him. He's not even going to have time to find it. So there it is. 7-5 after a double eco. NaVi can bring out the double orbs once again. Presumably will be Guardian and Simple. I can't say it's been the most effective duo so far in this grand final, but let's see what they can do here. As we get into round number 13, it's 7-5 in favor of the T's. Snacks on the orb himself this time, and we've seen him be incredible on this map before. And VP actually setting up for maybe a set piece. It looks more like a fade, though, considering they have 3 players at this side of the map to begin with, as Neo rotates in as well. Smokes and flashes have been deployed, but I think this is the ruse. You can see Bialy picks up the bomb and maybe heads towards B, where Snax is waiting in the halls as well.
So again, a very passive start to the round from Virtus Pro. As you mentioned, they're playing almost defensively to see if there's going to be aggression come out from Navi, and then into some form of default. This time, B bias. 3 players there. Snax has already pushed up quite far as well. He's the one with the AWP. They can hear him scoping in if he elects to do so at this point in time, but seized. He's waiting on...
It's the fake.
Yeah, the nook and cranny. Guardian's gonna find Pasha, though. It's Neo that has to do this alone. He's been tagged down. Nearly gets a shot back through the smoke, but Guardian only on 74. Molotov's at van. Early attack from Seized. That's gonna allow for a trade, which has been the name of the play. And Simple tries to go aggressive, but it's gonna be Seized left alive as he gets caught one-on-one with Pasha, who needs to go forward and grab the ball. Minute and 14, he's gonna try and book it as well. He's gonna try and get out of the sight, and I think the smoke getting caught inside the flames was enough of a noise for Seized not to have heard this, but he's gonna realize it now pushing through.
Oh, we can hear the crowd coming to life there. A massive 1v1. Seized goes up against Pasha. Pasha knows he's got plenty of time to plan here now, and it's a really tough task for Seized coming in. He's coming towards short. Pasha made his way in towards the B apartments as well. He has no nade to work with, and he has been spotted now as well.
Spotted indeed. But the HP does favor Seized. He's got a smoke to get on the bomb, a Molotov that he can put inside the hallway of that apartment as well. Pasha needs to be careful of his positioning. And the Molotov goes out, but Pasha catches him off. Perfect positioning, and he'll take the round. It's going to be Virtus Pro on 8.
Those 1v1s can be so difficult. Yes, Seized had the advantage in terms of the HP there, but he's got so much to do. Time ticking away. He was so far removed from it. The thing is, when he knows that Pasha potentially has left and gone towards B, there's always a chance he go back towards T-spawn. He has to just think about that risk and slow things down and just work out where exactly he's gone. Bomb planted. Pasha gets himself in a great position there, and he plays it very nice as well. Knows he hasn't got nades. Doesn't want to wait for that fake defuse. Just challenges him when he pulls out the incendiary. So another force by. Yes, round number 15, of course. So Deagles, Max 7s. They have got 3 and 4s. No kits. Very limited indeed. Virtus Pro in a great position to get a commanding lead into the second half.
Bomb dropped intentionally, and Horseshoe Neo's going to go probe out inside of the big tunnels. Taz up toward the key position. Simple not spotted on the jump back as well, down catwalk. And I think the silence suits the slow play. As again, Virtus Pro just trying to establish map control in the top of middle. It's Snax and Pasha electing now to smoke off toward the window.
So Seized, he knows his team have to find something here, something to work with. He's pushed up aggressively in the B apartments as the 4-man stack towards A. Pretty standard stuff here so far from Virtus Pro. They're looking for that first kill towards Connector. They take the most of the damage there. Taz goes down to 72. Seized, he's in a lot of trouble here if they go towards short. He'll be by himself. The city's starting to realize this could be a possibility as they make their way towards kitchen, but it could be too late. Pasha towards the ladder room. First kill is going to be absolutely everything here.
And they'll rotate back off this, having not found anything as desired. So Bialy now comes into the picture, having waited toward A, but Edwards up in the corner. It's such a tough position to play. Deagle as well. It's definitely a one and done. It may not even be that because Bialy just walks in, perfectly takes him down, deploys his flash in, bounces the second as well to catch off anyone back towards CT. And that'll bring his teammates into the picture, but Guardian has found a kill against Pasha in the meantime to pull this back. And it's going to be a trade again. Guardian, the one that's the protagonist for Navi. Well, the antagonist for the take of Virtus Pro. Look at the shots coming through. Is Seized and Flamey set up a crossfire coming out. All 3 of them lined up. No time, no kill. 8-7 going to be the halftime score. And we knew the third map between these two was an equalizer. We knew it was more of an even playing field.
Yeah.
And it's a dead even score so far.
Yeah, very back and forth there. This is going to be an exciting finish to this best of 3, the grand final here in New York. It could go either way. 8-7 couldn't be tighter if we tried. And we're going to take a quick break before the second half begins, but don't go anywhere. I feel like this one is going to be very explosive to finish it off.
Yes, and finally a grand final. Finally a map that's close between NaVi and Virtus Pro. Teams, foes of old. It's not quite the rivalry that's been brewing all year, but it's definitely one for the ages and very experienced players in this. It's down to the wire of ESL 1 New York. And I really do think this is about to explode, Henry.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. The pistol is definitely going to set the tone here. Nothing separating this team so far. 8-7 as we go into its second half here. NaVi going onto the T side. They'll get 4 sets of armor. 1 smoke and 2 flashbangs. Ladies and gentlemen, he's still here. There you are, let's go. The final half here of ESL New York. 4 sets of armor for VP as well. A diffuse kit in the hands of Neo. This could just be a straight up B rush, from NaVi. Throwing caution to the wind. Flashbangs go in, they're going for it. Pasha, wide to receive. He's gonna have backup as well from Shaw.
Shot does come in, Pasha with 1, but downed immediately after. They've wrapped all the way around to bench, and Edwards is gonna be the one to step up so far in the pistol. As not only 2 kills, a bomb plant as well. A fast flank does come in from Snacks, though, and he's so deadly in these positions. Oh, it's Taz. It looked like it was Snacks, but it was Taz that hit the shot. Doesn't matter. Same effect. The man down into 3. Now plays on to 2 is Taz and Snacks. And they have a kit. They had a kit. Taz gets dropped. Taken down. Snacks his position known. Peek out. Guardian's low. Just wants to bait out a shot or 2. Get the information. There's 6 bullets left in the magazine for Snacks to try and make the play. No reload coming in. He's going to drop inside the site. They know where he is. And it's going to be Guardian to wrap back around. We go 8-8 as NaVi. They'll get the momentum early.
Here we go then. NaVi, known to be a very slow and methodical team, using all the grenades. Most teams will actually go towards A, smoke towards steps and jungle area. This time they just rush B, get in there as well. Good flashbangs, bounce off the windows, and his Pasha fully blind behind the bench there, gets completely wrecked as they enter the bomb. So their bomb planted, the retake is not successful. There will be a force buy from VP in the second here. 3 sets of armor, and they're going to have CZs and Deagles to work with as well. Neo with the flashbang, and they've actually got aggressive towards middle here as well. Taz is going to be flashed in towards the area, but C's so defensive. He has to fall back at this point. He's not going to win that duel.
Simple and Edward, both top middle right now. No push from Snacks or Neo. Snacks does make his way from looking at underpass toward connector at the exact moment that Guardian gets in the position, and Simple will spot Neo on toward the catwalk position. So it's ladder instead for him. Map 3 of a grand final, last half to play, and you can tell what it means because NaVi's slowing the pace tremendously not to get caught off by any of these pistols. An additional smoke toward window will allow them to slide down the catwalk position, and the smoke on the corner will allow them to round it without being picked apart from anyone inside connector at the A site. As Edward looking for the shot, Neo's shuffled away from the bench, but it's going to be a triangulating crossfire. Pasha finds the first kill on the pistols for Virtus Pro, but it's Neo to go down after Pasha's got. Oh, Pasha flexes again with the Deagle, but the boost up is found. A lovely shot from Simple. 2 for him in return. And that's going to give the bomb back to NaVi to try and make a play. They're split. Simple's headshot. It's on to Snacks once more. And Bialy makes his presence. Stone does pull it back. Simple tagged. Downed in the end, but Flamey there immediately to come back in for NaVi.
Oh God, that could have gone either way. Actually, a second headshot coming in there as well. The 1v1 does work out for NaVi. The force buy is thwarted from Virtus Pro there, but they made things very interesting indeed. Pasha delivering with the Desert Eagle, but they can't quite finish it off as Bialy coming from short. At that range, I didn't think he had a chance to actually make anything happen there. He gets 1 kill and headshots the second as well. This is the replay right now of Pasha, and it's tremendous work with that Deagle, but all in vain, I'm afraid, as they go into round number 18 here. It's going to be 4 USPs and a PD50 for Pasha, as NaVi looking to get double figures here. They're going to have the MAC-10 in the form of C's. He can be the reconnaissance player, throw himself into the B side. Just work out. If he gets 1 kill and finds out nothing's there, that's great. If he dies in his 4 players, that's fine as well, because his teammates can just adjust. So this is absolutely fine. You can see 4 of his teammates waiting towards A, waiting for the call, and Simple actually opens things up. They're not even going to need him to do that. So they will be executing towards the A site. They know the situation here, but Taz does manage to get a kill in return.
Simple's going to try and walk out from under Shadow, but we saw it reverse firebox. Thankfully, he's found from Guardian. I believe it was Pasha that was in that position. Regardless, it's Snacks now left in a 1 versus 4, and Simple on 39. That's the only really damage dealt in the 4 remaining players, and that's how it'll end, as Seized with the MAC-10's going to make some money as he takes down Snacks.
This is where it gets interesting, Matthew. The first gun round comes in. What's the buy? They could have got an AWP, but I think it would have been glass cannon at that point. So round number 19 will be 5 rifles for Virtus Pro. This was a problem on train. They could never really get going with the economy. The force buys were the thing that were lacking them going forward, and Snacks could never get the AWP. Once again, they don't have any diffuse kits. This normally suggests you have to be hunting for frags. It's a difficult procedure on Mirage. You really have middle and the B apartments to work with there. Actually, I think Flamey, he's got aggressive towards A-Ram by himself. Looking for that first frag. He's almost gifted it towards BRL. He's by himself. And now it is a 5-on-4. His teammates say we'll be making their way towards B apartments, going straight in here, and it's just Pasha to try and hold them off.
He's actually rotated out toward the window at the right time, but Simple's got Neo down. Simple again is going to take Pasha. It's going to give Guardian a lineup toward the window as well to cover him off for the plant, but one player's already gone by. That's Taz. He could catch them off, and this is Seized is late inside middle. A lovely shot. We don't see it for Seized to take Bialy off the equation. Holds the rotation, and as that happened, so too did a kill come in to make it a 3 versus 1. Snacks now the last alive again. Simple. He's on 18, no need to get aggressive in this. Snacks has no kit as well, so eventually he's gonna have to make the decision. I think the decision's been made to get away, to try and save the gun, flash in just to make sure no one counter peeks as he walks back out the doorway. And it's going to be NaVi up to 11 as they continue forward. Not just the pistol +2, it's gonna be 4 rounds to start off the half with the first gun as well.
You can see the problem here without having that full array of utility. So Pasha's by himself towards B, right? Had he had the incendiary, which you're normally going to have in the gun rounds there, he can hold them off for a few more seconds or funnel them out towards the window, potentially bought himself some more time. He doesn't have that option. He gets taken down there. Neo gets blasted from the window as well. And once Guardian set up with the AWP, it's almost impossible retake at that point. Snacks manages to save a weapon, but it's 11-8. What's the call here? They're going to take a pause. One of these 30 seconds, new additions to the game. So the Sage M4 is going to be a couple of upgraded pistols. They won't be forcing this by the looks of things. There's going to be buying around it with partial upgrades with CZ, some body armor, some smokes, Snacks with that rifle.
And if you want feedback on how this new coaching rule has changed things, that's the coach to talk to. The longest standing active in-game leading coach in Counter-Strike on NaVi, Starrick's former player. They brought Flamey in to replace him when he moved into that coaching role. He's the one that'll be able to tell you how this has changed. He's the one that's going to be just chomping at the bit, trying to speak when he can't anymore. So take this time out. I think the 30 seconds as well, it hasn't killed the pace. There's not as much momentum shift as I would have thought. It's almost just enough, I think, for the teams to get the communication in.
Well, the buy has come through. Neo brings the scout to the table as well. Not fully investing, leaves himself about $1,500. And if they lose this round, they'll be maximum loss bonus, so that's fine. He'll still have enough money to go forward into the next, but still something to work with here. It's not the end of the world. You can see the scout, the M4, some CZs and Deagles as well. It's limited in grenades and no kit here. So let's see if we can get that first pick. As we go into round number 20 here, it's going to be Neo. We'll be waiting towards mid to even get the first shot, but very fast from Flamey once again. He's got the Mac 10, trying to find Pasha, who's stuck towards the bench.
Snacks has the cross set up though, baited in. Pasha and Snacks again, Simple. He seems to be the answer every time, but is it enough to finally get around for them? As Neo, he finds nothing inside of the smoke. How does he do that through the wall? He gets seized down and Guardian does respond. It's the bigger sniper rifle, but Simple again. He's got 2. Taz drops. And the stars on Broadway aren't the only ones in New York, because here in Brooklyn, it's Simple stealing the show with another headshot on Bialy.
Simple coming to life here on the third map. What a performance it's been so far, Mirage. Just getting him out of trouble time and time again. That round is no different. Yes, it was only a partial buy from VP. We're still come down to a very tight situation where he finds 4 kills. And a pause comes in this time. I think it's technical. Okay, so a chance to breathe and work out what the next situation is going to be. Round number 21, the money starts to stabilize for Virtus Pro, and they finally can get the AWP down. It's going to be 5-0 against him here, 12-8 overall. All in the hands of Snacks. 4 and 4s around, and they have kits and utility this time to work with. Pasha, he's been struggling towards B. This time he has the smoke and the incendiary I described before. It's very important to have that incendiary. Use the initial smoke to stop the rush, and then the incendiary to actually stop anything towards the end of the round as well. We'll see what goes into round number 21. The unpause comes in. Flamey is the final AK to come to the table for NaVi. Quite a simple gameplay for them so far. Just using their spawns and trying to stay together as a tight unit. Haven't seen too much tactical depth in terms of full-on executions yet, but they've just been working the economy of Virtus Pro and just grinding them down.
Edward already out toward top mid as well with the AK-47. Smoke on Cat's going to allow them to push back into those boxes as Seized will try and take the underpass. It's Neo waiting on top of connectors, excuse me, on catwalk rather, that's above where Seized wants to come out, so they do have to consider the probability of that, put a smoke potentially inside of that position. Instead, they're just gonna watch it with 3 players there, crosshairs firmly fixed upon it. Nades as well to push them back as Edward will start to clear the angles. NaVi flawless so far for NaVi. And we're finally seeing Simple arrive, 22 kills. This is the potential we knew this roster had. As they mentioned on the desk, I think it's 2 of 7 for NaVi in finals. It's always been a problem. They're perpetually second, and this time, maybe, do they have enough to take down the king of the finals, Virtus Pro? Well, Edward certainly seems to think so, as Neo's gonna get taken down. Bialy found on the top of the balcony position. It's Taz that has to come up big, no smoke, no on the cross, nearly catches out for Flamey. The nade will do damage, but the Molotov in front. Taz likes to go, he's caught by Seized already in jungle. And another round. Yeah. Slipping away from Virtus Pro, and the money starting to be a problem now as well, as Virtus Pro's got the momentum in hand.
Yeah, they only get $3,400 into the next round. Pasha desperately needs to save this weapon. Another quite simple player for NaVi. They get the mid control, not really challenged at the start of the round whatsoever. They're coming that A-split once again, a simple execution, actually just landing all the shots required. NaVi are happy to hunt for this final kill. It's Flamey to get the last headshot there. So what's the call here? I think BP have another pause available. Maybe it's time to take it. If they don't buy into this round, it's 14-8. It looks like it will be an eco coming in. A UMP purchased by Taz. Deagle for Bialy, but never discount these guys with the Desert Eagles. Still one of those teams that can find something out of nothing. They have got 3 smokes to work with as well, and maybe an aggressive push towards middle as they jump out towards window and towards the underpass area. I think that's going to be Taz, is he?
He's down already there.
UMP,
he's almost at the corner. He doesn't want to push around it though, wisely so, because C's just staring it down with the AK-47. Oh, shows himself. And that's enough.
Yep, I'm out.
I saw a scary man at the top of the stairs, and I didn't want to go any further, Mommy. I'll go back toward middle, thank you very much.
Yeah, he gets away with it as well, so still a lot to work to do here. I think eventually NaVi can just go into an execute here. They know the money's going to be very low indeed. Treat it like a gun round, drop all the correct smokes and stay together as a tight unit. Been very good at that so far in the second half. 5 players making their way back towards A. They've got Guardian in the orbit to cover these initial angles, see if we can find anyone close range. Not going to find anything for now, but Neo, he is committed towards the lower ramp and seeing if he can actually do anything with this.
WP to find the opening, corner covered off. Neo will grenade the flash. What a shot from Guardian. That is so lovely as he sees it. Aims, fires, execution. Neo's gone. Simple wants to go in on it, but Bialy gets a lovely shot from Deagle. He's flushed out, tries to get a kill while he can before the Flames would have inevitably taken him down, and Flamey not done so first. They will get slowed temporarily. Their own smokes covering off the rotations will give them the confidence to push through. Sees safe plant inside default. Edward gets picked though. And Snacks and Taz managed to walk back in. The UMP wreaking a bit of havoc from afar, as too is the P250. Flamey falls, there's a real chance. Guardian's got a lineup bomb. It's inside the edge of the smoke, but he doesn't know if they're on it or not. Quick tap, he's gonna have to consider the possibility if the man never shows, and it's a 10-second defuse inside. He's gotta find the first player first. He's got it. It's gonna force Snacks off it. Now he's got a real chance to close out the round. Back to the AWP. Smoke on the other side, and Guardian's reactions are ungodly again. It's 14 rounds for NaVi, and we're a far cry from Cobblestone, where Virtus Pro once had control.
It seemed like the round has slipped away. The force by Virtus Pro was going to work out for them, but NaVi leave Guardian in the 1 versus 3. We said he's been pretty quiet so far in this series, but that's a massive round to bring them 1 step closer to being champions here in New York. Round number 23 comes in. Money's done to stabilize for Virtus Pro. They bring the double orb set up in. Pasha and Snacks trying to keep the dream alive here. 14-8, and Snacks does get the first shot. He nails it as well. Takes out Flamey, but Edward's there for the return frag, and it's going to be up for... Okay, Bialy shuts it down. I thought there was going to be a chance to have to fold apart.
And we knew the mid-pressure would be relentless from NaVi, and Snacks was the one that had to shut it. He gets a kill there, but immediately they get up toward connector. This time, though, the HP and the man advantage does reside in the firm favor of Virtus Pro. It was taken for only a moment. Less, in fact, as Bialy gets the trade kill. But Guardian on 2 HP, it's an AWP. You know he's capable even still. 1 HP. We're talking a millimeter from death.
Yep.
But again, it is an AWP. The same statement applies. That he could find a shot to change everything. Look at C, he's just waiting for an opportunity. It's an awkward position to be in, though.
The thing is, they have 1 minute to play with here. Still every chance they can do this. Guardian 1 HP short with the AWP in hand. He finds 1 kill, C's in a great position here towards the window room. He can definitely make something happen with this position. 45 seconds now, as C's, he'll be making the move first. Easy shot there to open things up, but it's too late. He waits to shoot. He has the trigger discipline there, but it actually works against him. Bialy takes out Guardian before getting killed.
Sees knows there's inside of the box is Neo, but he can't find the lineup through it. He's done damage, taking him down to 44. The nade as well is going to be wide of the mark, and Neo swings out. Finally, Virtus Pro get around on the CT side. It's only taken them, what is it, 7 rounds to get there first, so reset becomes a massive factor, and a reset that would put NaVi on 15 as well.
Thing is as well, C's just taking the shot as soon as he saw that player there towards lower ramp. He would have actually saved Guardian's life, and that could have been a very interesting scenario there. But still, Virtus Pro, you're absolutely right here. They do manage to get the first round. The problem is, Matt, we've described it so many times in the series so far on the first 2 maps, but the reset potential is more dangerous than ever here. If VP do manage to drop this round, and it's going to be NaVi funding match points, series point, championship point, they will have absolutely no money going into that final round. So I guess this pause is definitely justified. It's NaVi taking it, but still a chance to breathe for both teams and work out their game plan. Virtus Pro still have the double orb setup going forward. 3 M4s around them, of course. But this is it. They will break the economy of NaVi if they can win this round and potentially get back into this game. So this is absolutely massive. This is everything.
Yeah, on the opposite side of that, like we say, it's a reset. So it's all to play for Virtus Pro. A chance in the game or all gone. As we get back into it, seized. Flash set to go over top toward B. Guardian up close. He has the AWP to try and find the pick against the CTs. Pasha Snacks. And trying to accomplish anything as possible. Neo as well spamming through. As Neo's still trying to wreak a little bit of havoc from inside B. It's slow play. They've stocked it up slightly on the NaVi side as Edward and Simple are waiting out toward Horseshoe. Guardian sees looking like they could easily switch back and head toward Underpass. And again, that would mean NaVi try and take that mid control.
No one giving anything away just yet. Everything rides on this round. Guardian, he'll be towards the B apartments, trying to open up this first pick, see if Pasha will give anything away, but they're quite defensive at the moment. The double orb setup means he'll be sitting back towards kitchen, not going to be playing his traditional van position here. And a B execution could be on the cards here for now, but they're actually sending a few players towards the B apartments, can smoke out that kitchen area very easily. As the first flashbang comes in, Guardian still holding strong though.
Comes out from the underpass. It's Taz to find first. Is it the start of the end, or is it a return fire as Virtus Pro find 2? Flamey does pull back onto Neo, but an entrance from Pasha, and Papa's back on the AWP. But can he hold off the site long enough for the rotations because the bomb is inside? Simple's rotated around, he spotted him with a pistol. His missed shot from the AWP, and now it's down to a 2 versus 2. 1 HP for Simple, and 28 for C. So a chance still, specifically for the M4 of Bialy. And Simple's gonna try and get the bomb down as fast as possible with 17 seconds. As he elected to do so, that 1 HP, those flames. Oh, that was hot, too hot. The nade's enough. And C's has to hold this off at 28. They've got to go in. Virtus Pro, this is it. This is break point for them. A tag in, Snacks. He's solo, down to 15, and he gets the shot regardless. Virtus Pro will survive. And the money, as you say, for NaVi, not ideal at all.
Pasha steps up there. He gets 2 kills. That's everything. His teammates fall around him, but he manages to stay alive just long enough. Simple, 1 HP. I thought he was going to do something of that, but avoiding those flames. The HE takes him down, but a decent retake. Virtus Pro stay alive just about. I think they have maybe broken the economy of NaVi. I think at this point they know it's going to be bad news for VP going forward as well. They might as well try and force into this. Simple can drop a weapon if required. Actually going for the more conservative route here. So they did have the option to get 3, maybe 4 AKs there with Simple dropping, but it's going to be going in with Tech 9, some smokes, and maybe another AXQ here. Definitely still have the potential, considering the form Simple's in right now. If they get the first kill with the Tech 9, he has a chance to actually display his aim. Who knows what could happen there.
Inside the smoke, the Deagle awaits. Simple, the 1 AK and an AWP of Snacks. Staring him down. Fast reactions required if Simple goes wide. And here it is. Oh, lovely. Doesn't even get that. Snacks with 2 as he goes through Flamey into Guardian. And he's looking for more, but Taz will come bail him out. Virtus Pro with a little bit of life late. May just push this a little bit further.
My God, Snacks is back. He absolutely controlled everything on Cobble, and that's another big round for Virtus Pro to bring in their favor. It wasn't a forced buy, but still, Simple with the AK-47 could have made that first kill and actually completely opened it up for his teammates there. Not meant to be. It's 14-11. The money's back. It's not amazing for NaVi though. You can see, yes, they have the AWP and the AKs, but limited with the Molotov. The first kill comes in though. It's Guardian. He takes down Snacks. This is it. Chance to get match points. They get 5 on 4. And this was NaVi at their absolute best, breaking down their opposition after they get the man advantage.
Neo's gonna try and creep out late on Catwalk to make up for this position, knowing that they're gonna be inside of main. There's so many smokes, but can he find a gap? Yes, he certainly can, but can he get the kill? He'll follow it up. Oh, needs to be careful as he goes towards an 80, strapped in the corner. How does he pull that back? Seized will go down, but Guardian's got a kill. It's Flamey that apparently is not flame-proof because he'll go down to a Molotov in the end. It's the man advantage for Virtus Pro, and Simple's going to try and go undetected deep inside the site. Quick wide check towards CT, no utility, fast plant, Guardian gone, Simple made it. He's going to get taken down, and Virtus Pro is going to find number 12.
What are these rounds? How is Neo surviving there? He gets the kill, pushing through the smoke after they lost that first frag, and somehow retreating, he gets a second as well. Virtus Pro still got some fight in them yet, as they manage to keep 3 players alive once again. There still is money available for NaVi, though. This could well go to overtime. What's the play here? Are they going to be buying into this round? You can see Simple, $6,000. Looks like the buy will be coming in. They can bring out the AWP as well, but I'm glad this map has finally delivered the grand final we deserve. Double AWP setup still for VP. Guardian back on the AWP himself. He's actually got 26 kills. A great performance here in the third map. Well, here it is. Quite limited in the grenades once again, and Flaming just down to the Galil, but more than enough to work with.
Edward, cat smoke, crosses over, fast mid. Guardian there as well on the AWP. He's looking for any pushes to come back in from Neo. He'd like to do so last round to pull back the difference. This is the game. This is what we wanted in the grand final. We knew it was going to be close, and Pasha's going to take down Simple to start it off. Much to the delight of the diehards. Thank you, everyone who's still here. You are what CS is so wonderful for, and Taz, a lovely skill, but he's going to get caught out with a quick switch. Seas comes back through, and Taz will get caught. Maybe on an AK-47 and a bomb to work with, but they have to pull back the deficit. NaVi's starting to lose that control of middle, just due to late utility. Fighting back from Catwalk, it's been a problem for them to try and get to connector now.
Well, the smokes they had starting to dwindle now. It's going to be up to Guardian, as Seas does get boosted towards the window rim. Guardian will be joining him towards ladder. They just need a pick to work with here. It's a 4-on-3. Definitely still possible, but only have 2 flashbangs to work with here. 35 seconds remain. What's the final play? Looks like they'll be committing towards short potentially here, as Flamey does join Guardian. Need to get something going here, but the problem is just don't have enough time to clear out every single angle, and Bialy, he certainly doesn't help them out as he gets a headshot towards Seeds.
Bomb gets dropped on that kill as well, and Guardian in a 1 versus 4.
He's out.
He's not even going to go for it. 15 seconds, there's no way it's possible.
So then, after being 7-0 down, VP managed to pull back 5.
Pasha's going to be in the position to do this. Flash goes in, he's blinded. AWP gone. Pause was already called before the end of the round, but that's insult to injury at this point in time. NaVi, we said it. Simple, he's stealing the show. He's playing so well. Are they finally going to get over the curse, the perpetual second, the failure that always seems to strike in the finals? And they get 2 rounds away, and Virtus Pro show up, start rolling, and say, no, this is how championships are played. We know how it's done.
They're never out of it. Like I said, 7-0 down, then they find 5 in a row. They seem to be very comfortable now. They just needed to get that economy going. They've got the double AWPs now, the kits, the grenades, everything, and they're starting to come to life. And the double AWPs that are working very nicely for them indeed. So, what's the play here from NaVi? It's 14-13. You can allow Virtus Pro to close the gap and get to 14-14. If they were to force into this, I think it would be suicide. They've only got $3,400 across the board. I think they have to take an eco here. Potentially some Tech 9s and smokes, try and get a plant down, make things uncomfortable for the CTs, but they can't force this. That would be absolutely ludicrous. As we do get into the closing sectors here, the final map of the grand final. It will be that partial buy I described before. So upgraded pistols, a couple of smokes. And what's the play here? Is it going to be mid-control they'll be going for as they smoke towards the opening of that sector, and probably smoking to window as well, and trying to maybe push to up the way towards short.
Well, the Deagles set the positions at mid once more to try and find a pick. Behind the Cinders out toward Cat. But the Kitties got claws, as we've seen. Window? They did miss the smoke.
Oh dear, that doesn't help.
Certainly not.
That's
you never miss a smoke, Henry.
It's true.
But then again, with Space Jam juice, you sometimes elect not to use them.
Let's not go there.
Flamey's gonna try and work up. Lovely shot. Snacks goes down. The Deagles will finally get some control of middle. And I said the Kitty's got claws because Neo's been striking back from that position, but so far he's electing to just sit back, passive approach, and it'll work out as Flamey gets found from the M4. Taz does get into the corner. Simple though, in the window. Different execution. Finally, they don't go up connector. He's gonna catch off Taz. But it's Bialy still inside the side spot. Sees shoulder coming out from Palace. He's got to back off this. He's got to retract. And as he does, Simple elects not to push through. He's going to go towards Spawn. Simple spotted though. Bialy does get it. That could have been big if the op goes down.
That was
still
huge.
though, it's a 3 versus 3. And there's no rotations immediately onto A. They're trying to play it with Neo anchoring cross all the way from Catwalk, which puts a lot more pressure immediately onto Bialy, but he's struck to the occasion. He's found one already on the top of Tetris. Neo does get the lineup. There's no utility to cover it off, and Seized has 3 HP with the bomb down. And 3 players, all right, seem to want to commit suicide in his cross there, but Pasha will pull it back. And Virtus Pro's gonna get another round. Henry, guess what?
It's tied up.
14-14, Virtus Pro come back after it took them 7 rounds to get 1 on the CT side. They've now got 6 in a row.
It's come right down to the wire here. Both teams with money. It's going to be a full buy to decide who will be getting the first championship point here. Round number 29, double orbs for VP after a difficult round against the Tech9s. It doesn't matter. They've got money for days now. Open the hands of Guardian. He's got no grenades around it, but let's see what they decide to do. It's quite a passive default here to hold things off. We haven't seen much in terms of the CTs pushing up towards middle. They've actually just been holding off and using these double orbs to try and work the picks once executions come in. Smoke will take the vision away for Snacks for now, but they're not going to be committing towards it. Let's see if there's a reaction from the CT, see if they'll nade in towards it perhaps, or boost up from short.
Slow play from NaVi. They want that lower position. Neo's gonna blow out the vent from windows. They're gonna know now that a CT player's in there. You can hear that surely from the positions where Seized is down below. Quick check as well onto the corner, make sure no one's there, but the smoke's still in position. Will hold off Neo's advantage of trying to see down below. And he's elected so far not to drop all the way off the cinders, so he can quickly elevate himself back into the ladder room. Sees backs out, headshot in. Lovely, there it is. They knew he was in the corner. They knew the vent was gone, and they walk in with the crosshair placement. Finally, NaVi with something to work with. Guns out as well. A man advantage. Is it finally going to be that map point, that championship point they've been vying for so long?
Guardian with the bomb and T-spawn for now. Looks like he'll be going towards the B apartments here. The problem is Taz and Pasha, who have been playing tremendous so far, both waiting in the B site. Yes, they have the man advantage, but not anymore. Snacks finds Flamey, and here comes the commitment from NaVi. They will be going in towards B. Guardian with the bomb, orb in hand as well, but Pasha's waiting for him. This next kill, this is so big. Can they find it as they edge their way towards the B sites?
Flash in. The Molotov's there, Seized, he's on the edge of it. They're gonna push through, they're gonna try and get to the site, but they've lost the advantage firmly. Guardian's gonna get Taz down at least, and another shot in as Guardian finds Pasha. There's a chance now for NaVi. 9 seconds, they'll get to the plant. Snacks has to hold off toward the bench, and the AWP's got a lineup. There's no further utility to be deployed from NaVi to hold off these positions of Virtus Pro, and the kit is in the hands of Bialy to work with. Snacks is gonna go aggressive. AWP out, Flash goes in, pulls it back. Both blinded, but no one peeking. Tries it, Seized, has it. Bialy now a 1 versus 3. And it was an incredible comeback to get it to 14-14, but they may have to play for overtime unless Bialy can come up with something incredible, and he will not. It's going to be simple to put NaVi onto championship point.
After losing 6 in a row, we do have a pause.
NaVi's the one to call it as well.
It's a good time to take it, I'd say. Let's work out. Let's make sure we don't take this to overtime. We've had struggle in the last 6. We did manage to pick one up there. It was Seized with that first kill towards the window room. Like he said, they detected that there might be a player coming in from that vent area. So what's the money like for Virtus Pro? Round number 30. There's no AWP available. They've been running with double AWPs before, so there has to be a change of setup here. Maybe this is the chance to see that aggressive play towards middle. We'll see what they decide to do here. As we go into round number 30, it's actually gone the distance here. No one getting stomped. And Virtus Pro need 1 more for overtime. NaVi to close things out in regulation.
Nade in on the Guardian. He goes down to 76. As a result, he's gonna elect to push back slightly as well. Smoke behind him, not forward. He'll still have vision in this tiny little crevice. Nooks and crannies. The alcoves. Flamey just waits for anyone to push back through pillars as well, but no one there. As a result, they'll give up Palace. Bomb's going to go in the hands of Guardian back toward A site instead. Edward, Simple, waiting in Horseshoe. Late potential play from NaVi to try and take over mid-control, and no one wanting to peek out from Virtus Pro.
Yeah,
no one wanting to go down early in this situation and be the reason, or part of it. You can't really lay blame on one person, but part of the reason why the last round slipped away. So trying to get a read as passively as possible. Taz will hear utility expended toward the bottom of connector. That's going to call for Neo to get to jungle early. And Taz using that smoke to his advantage, gets away from the flames. So they've got a two-man position, and Neo actually might go, all right, that smoke kills the chance. Go for a late play. He actually finds it. He gets seized down. I was going to say he could flank them out going through connector. That smoke would have negated it, but he's still able to find the kill.
25 seconds as well. Man advantage for VP, could be overtime here. This next kill is going to be huge. Snacks gets it, Taz gets a third as well. 4 versus 2 for Fleming. He's fighting back. Can he find his kills toward the steps area? Going to be backed up by Edward, who gets it as well. 2-on-1.
He's isolated them as well. Neo, is the gun barrel going to show? Sprays it back! Oh my God! Is Edward really going to pull this back on a 1 versus 3? Bomb gets planted, fast peek! But Pasha's going to put us in overtime! Again for Virtus Pro, their 3rd one today. And this is a battle of attrition. This is a battle of stamina at this point.
You can see NaVi, they look frustrated with this one as well, especially Flamey. He thought that was it, a chance to close things out in regulation and break the curse, become champions. But a few more rounds to go, I'm afraid. It will be overtime here on Mirage. We said this map could be good in overtime. What a great way to finish this grand final. They will be staying on the same side they started here. So 10K MR3. Edward, though, so close to finishing that one off. Fantastic performance from him to actually get himself in that situation. Would have been the hero for sure had he managed to pull it off. So close, but Pasha holds his nerve. This kill was everything coming up in this screen right now. I thought that was it. He's going to do it. And here we go then.
Here we go indeed. First round of overtime. MR3. First 3 rounds, and then we swap over to the other side for those of you who are playing along at home in the words of Sponge. C's gonna go try and push out back inside of the underpass position. As always, NaVi want to try and establish a presence inside of middle. Good Molotov, that'll hold off C's temporarily, but ultimately it's just gonna delay the process, the proceedings, as there's still 1 minute and 26 to work with and nothing thrown out from the NaVi side.
You can see VP are more than happy to sacrifice middle for now. Snacks is going to be with the AWP looking towards the top of middle. He's going to be smoked out. That's going to be him gone. So he has to fall back. That's watching towards that connector area and sees he can hear the footsteps as a retreating Snacks just trying to get back. Smoke off to buy some more time here as we hit the 1 minute mark. The bomb's still down in T-spawn, so you suggest that NaVi won't be committing just yet. They want to get that connector control first, but I think the C needs to push back through to smoke it. This kill is going to be huge, and Snacks get to it with the AWP. Taz picks up the AK-37, 5-on-4 in the Pole's favor.
Virtus Pro, they get the next kill as well. Snacks over top of the stairs, gonna find Flamey inside of A main. They're flawless thus far, but that's changed. As Edward Simple and Simple again are gonna bring this down to what is a 2 versus 2 as Snacks will find at least 1 response. And speaking of, he's gonna take the AWP in toward connector, and now as the last man remaining, he's conceded the A site in doing so. Smoke late toward the top of the connector, but I think it's got a gap. In fact, it does. Thankfully, however, the bomb not gonna cross. Guardian's gonna elect to go for a safe plant. And this is a problem for Snacks. They're on either side. If he can figure out these shots, if he can pull it off, it's going to be huge. Tries to bait out the second player by shooting in, and Edward spots him. He can't locate it. First blood in overtime goes to NaVi. And a 2 versus 1. It's close, but Virtus Pro, every round counts. No need to save. Money still up.
Yeah, Snacks needed to get the ace set of finishing things off. Already found 3 kills with the AWP. Lots of return frags there, as you said. Simple coming in from that connector area. It does manage to light it up, but unfortunately Virtus Pro can't close it out. It's going to be round number 2 coming in. Single offset. The problem is with this one, if Virtus Pro are to lose this round, their money's going to be very limited. It's the curse of MR3 10K. As we get a little bit more aggressive here. Taz actually going up towards the top of middle. We didn't see much of this as I suggested in regulation. We'll see whether he can do anything at this time. That smoke suggests he might have to fall back here as he's trying to get flashed in. Edward will be waiting for him there. Once again, NaVi not giving anything away. Taz has dropped that smoke to give him some protection from the underpass there. He has got a teammate with him as well. That's going to be Neo boosted on the fence behind him.
Neo Neo up on top of the fence, as you say, can watch both the underpass and play support role to Taz. We haven't seen a lot of mid-aggression. We have a surprisingly small amount, in fact, of CTs trying to push up and take the fight aggressively, especially when you know NaVi has slowed the pace in taking mid-control. The opportunity is there, but at the same time, they anticipated it perhaps in doing so. Seized sets for the top of the stairwell smoke. Jungle to be thrown in as well, undoubtedly, and Edward sets towards CT spawn. It's going to be all a coordinated approach as they land timely. Bialy inside of all these smokes, though, is going to have a Molotov thrown in by Simple. Easily to coordinate. He has to swing out. It's Flamey that finds him. Well-timed and well-executed from NaVi on the way through. They're so good in these executions on the A site, but there's a lack of a smoke, I'm aware, towards CT. I think it's already dissolved. As Snacks tries to find a shot, they'll follow it up, but he gets it seized down through the edge of the box, no less. Not just the smoke. It's going to bring this back to a 4 versus 4 as Neo he's trying to find some real estate to work with, and Flamey's going to stay toward the firebox, but the other three are in good positions. Taz, he's not in a bad one either, though, but timing is everything. He's got to get into the play sooner, as they're just waiting, and he'll go. Pasha's giving him the distraction. Here it is. Taz has arrived. He's going to drop down, turn back, and find the kill. He'll do it, but it's into a one-on-one, and Edward's still alive. Bomb planted on the inside. It's a kid. He's off it. He's going to catch him off guard as well, and Taz is going to bring it back to 16-16.
It's going to be close, but he has got it. Okay, let's just confirm he's got it. It was a very perfectly executed A attack there from NaVi. Full default at the start. The A play comes in. All the smokes are dropped. The Molotovs are perfect. They get the first frag as well. The bomb goes down safely. Snacks somehow hitting that first shot through the smoke, nailing through the bombs. I have no idea how he managed to do it, but it works. And he buys enough time for his teammates. It's very much a brawl on the A side there, but it's Taz. He's the hero of the round. He's coming in from the Palace area and managed to pick up 2 more kills to finish the round off in a tight 1v1. Round number 3 comes in. We said the money would be a horrible position for Virtus.pro. They lost that round, but they managed to pull it back as we entered the final round here at the first half of overtime.
And as always, NaVi again inside of middle. Edward, bomb behind the boxes. Flaming up toward the key position to cover off toward Neo. Pasha just waiting deep inside the B side as well. He's not on an AWP this time around. It's just Snacks to wield it.
Yeah, they've gone a little bit more aggressive this time. NaVi actually not going to be holding all the way back towards top of mid. Guardian sees actively trying to hunt for this first kill, but you know what? It's in vain. It's Taz. He actually finds one of their teammates towards the connector. He gets the headshot. Flamey drops, and it's a 5-on-4 in favor of the Poles. It takes a lot of damage, sure, and C's still trying to commit towards the B side to see what he can do here, but Pasha can hear him. Does he jump up and try and find the first kill here?
Pasha's good in this spot. He is one of the players who seemingly, I know Cold's the most famous for it, as with the mural on the wall, but he's so good in this spot at jumping and getting information and getting kills as well, as it's going to be seized to go down. They brought the bomb over in this position via the underpass in the hands of exactly that man, Edward, who's going to take Pasha back, but as he drops in, he goes low on HP as well. Bomb plant to come in. Taz has found Edward. Bomb plant denied, and Snacks will close it out for Virtus.pro, who take the lead after the first half. Evan, I'm going to say this, Henry, the first overtime, because we never know what's going to happen between these two.
Yeah, it could go either way for sure. It's 2-1 on the CT half, and Virtus.pro, that second round, that was absolutely bananas. I can't believe that NaVi managed to drop that one. It was a great play from Taz, but that final round does go in favor of Virtus.pro. The B attack comes in, and Pash, like you said, very good in that position, manages to find 2 kills there. And we go into the second half of overtime. It's the first to 19 here. So Virtus.pro need 1 round just to force a second set of overtime, 2 to have the victory. We have the double orb set up for Nardus Vincere. It's going to be Guardian with the first orb. He's not buying head armor, which is sensible, considering what we discussed with the money situation on the CD half.
Flamey, the only one immediately inside of the A side, is everybody right now from Virtus.pro. Stark contrast to the mid-control we talked about. Everybody from Virtus.pro inside. We're on the A side of the map.
Yeah, this will be a full execution here. No fakes here. Straight up, smokes down, Molotovs in. See who can land their shots.
Edward already starting to relinquish mid-control, though, and get in position accordingly. Smokes CT, under shadow, on the stairwell, and cutting off jungle, so Edward has to try and spray through desperately, and Taz, he's going to capitalize on this by flashing over, fully blinded up as Edward. He's on his head! And he stands tall underneath. The shoulder's too broad for Edward as he body checks Taz down. It's going to be Bialy that gets Flamey back, but they're running so low on HP. And Virtus.pro might have had the lead at the half, but it's slowly dissolving already as they start on this terrorist campaign. Bomb has made it inside the site, but it's dropped in the open. Full visibility from CT spawn, but look at Pasha go! as he finds two. It's back down to that many remaining on either side. Guardian, though, does have the bomb immediately in front of his vision. And a jump up to try and change the elevation. What a fast shot from Guardian. Bialy's so low as well, 22 HP, no utility left. It's gonna have to be a BDP to try and grab this bomb and pull it back in a position to plant. Is simple, just waiting for the information. Guardian as well staying passive. They're gonna allow the plant. Money not a factor in overtime, so they're gonna play it off information. He's low, but Guardian still hits the shot, and it goes 17-17.
3 kills for Guardian there, and Virtus Pro trying to close that out as quickly as possible, going for the full execution. It's unorthodox, certainly can work when you know you've broken the CD economy, but normally you're gonna be going to default first, then falling back into those sort of situations. It does work out in the sense they managed to get it down to a 2 versus 1. The bomb's not planted though, and Guardian with 3 kills, he delivers the goods for Nardis Vincere. 17-17. Now they need one more to get the draw here. As we get the double upset once again, it's going to be Snacks on the AWP himself. No execution this time, it's going to be more of a traditional default.
Interesting note for you as well. Not only are we going deep in this building, and so too is our production staff. There's a hockey game here in 17 hours. They've got to clear the ice, clean it off, get things ready, get the glass back up. So
17
long
hours.
night at Barclays Center for everybody. Because, yeah, 17 hours the Islanders play.
Good luck with that.
Hey, they did it in Columbus. They had a game the next night, so it's possible. These buildings are impressive. So too are their staff. They've treated us well. And so too of the games, as we're getting treated to an overtime grand final, map 3 to decide it all, as Neo in the underpass going to start to clear off catwalk. Smoke in the window. Allow the players from the top of mid to slowly converge upon the connector position, and that's where Edward will reside at the top of it, inside of the smoke. Neo as well already inside window. It's going to be a problem for Edward if they start to push in from both sides of where he's playing. And Snacks with the AWP trying to see toward the Palace position. The jump gives away, but a flash comes back through. He's saved perhaps by that, as Edward would have had full vision onto him. Instead, it's Neo to find it. That's the man from window. That's the pinch play. But Guardian responds by taking down Bialy. Taz wants to bring the ball in that direction, but he's the only one at the front of the A side, and simple. A lovely shot again to take down Neo. A Molotov as well to make sure he can't be counter-pushed. And Flamey, with Flames in front, is going to wait inside of that A site. They need Pasha and Snacks to find space. Flamey swings back. Snacks will retreat it, recover it. But Taz with no smoke out, plants thankfully no one on top of connector.
Oh, it's the fake plan though, so 10 seconds remaining. The CT starting to come in here. This is the full commitment. It is a 2 versus 3. The bomb goes down, 2 orbs for the retake here, but it doesn't matter when you've got Guardian on your side. He hits the final job there, and it's going to be Taz to go down as well. NaVi tie things up here. One more for the victory in their favor.
Exactly that. They'll get championship point. The first one of overtime, a huge round to have. Simple, your birthday might be over, but your gift might still be on the way, as all they need is one more. After looking completely dead on cobblestone as well, to be in this now is an incredible performance.
We'll have a look at the money for Virtus Pro here. Championship point, as you just said, 18-17. 4 AKs, 1 Tech 9 for Snacks. He hasn't even got a weapon here, so they have got the grenades. Could go for another execution. It looks like another depot here, but Guardian has been ripping them apart, and it's an adjustment as well. Flamey brings out the auto sniper. He's going to be towards CG spawn here. A great weapon on Mirage, and his smokes drop towards window as Guardian has to fall back here. That's trying to get his connection control as they do manage to ascertain him flashing in. Is he to commit and push through?
He absolutely is. He's fully blinded and finds the angle. Just barely didn't get him behind the chimney as Edward almost evaded it. They've gone for Neo. Double push again through the window to try and pinch that position at connector. The difference this time is they haven't lost anyone on the entry. So Virtus Pro have a fantastic opportunity with a one-man advantage to get a bomb down, to retreat into post plants. Flamey does have an auto sniper, but no one's showing at this point in time. And on a retake, he can't be the turret with it. It becomes almost impossible to try and run and get the angles. It is still a Tech 9 though for Snacks as Neo falls, which starts to turn the favor into Navi's. Seized in the open, nearly gets caught toward the sandwiches. Pasha, and he will go down eventually on the repeat, but not before Snacks gets one. Flamey's on it, you called it. They're on the defuse. It's a championship inside smoke. Navi! And what a way to do it. A chaotic finish, but fitting to what this whole final was, as they steal it quite literally inside the smoke away from Virtus Pro.
First 2 maps are a little bit lackluster, but we knew Mirage was going to deliver.
And as we said as well, Virtus Pro so dominant in finals. NaVi brings Simple in. We doubted it with the new rule changes. He's shown now that he's more than capable.
There we go then, Virtus Pro, what a grind it was there. Great tournament from them overall, but NaVi, on their second showing with this lineup, managed to become the champions here in New York.
And as we said, there's more stages in New York than Broadway. NaVi have this one. They're the champions of ESL New York 2016.
Champions of ESL 1 New York, NaVi! We're just going to try and get a few words from some of these boys. Simple, just come over. It's gone past midnight now, so technically it's not your birthday, but this is a bloody good present.
It's so insane. Thank you guys, thank you crowd. Thank you.
Fantastic games from you. Edward, very quick. You played out of your skin. That was a vintage performance from you. It was fantastic. Your words?
Speechless, sorry, I have no words. It's amazing feeling.
It's amazing indeed. Guardian, come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. I've been with you for a long time. We've known each other for over a dozen years. I know how much this means to you. Can you put it in words for your fans?
I can't. I'm just speechless. It feels so good.
Ladies and gentlemen, once more, the champions are NaVi!
You can see it did mean a whole lot for them. We said it already on the desk. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Well, today they walked down the aisle in New York, and Guardian specifically definitely felt like he worked hard for that one. His brothers around him, Simple new blood in the roster, and they do lift the ESL 1 trophy here in the Big Apple. What a long day it has been, and they started the tournament oh so well as well. The first team locked in the playoffs and the last team to be leaving New York, this time with $250,000, or the release the King's share of it, in their back pocket. Falling by the wayside is Virtus Pro, but what a grand final that was. Duncan, Thorin Shields, Janko YNK Paunovic for one final time. We will talk about Counter-Strike, and
Sure.
I mean, what a show we did just get there. That was a 4-3 maps. Yes, we may be venturing into the early hours of tomorrow, but I wouldn't have had it any other way.
Yeah, I actually think that was probably the reason for the outburst of emotion there from Guardian. Is I think he's a guy who didn't think he was going to win this kind of a big title again. I mean, you have to think of the storyline of NaVi. So in the last major of 2015, DreamHack Cluj and Poker, they make it to the final off the back of Guardian, like MVP level performance, and he just can't win in the final. Like, Envious is too good. So it's like, okay, even if I carry and have my best ever games, we can't win. Next year, he's playing such amazing Counter-Strike, but he gets his injury. They make it to the final of the next major, and he's terrible. He can't play, he's injured. His team does really well, and now it's like, okay, the team stepped up finally, I wasn't there, and then after that, he never really recovered from that point in time in terms of like superstar play. Well, in this actual last map especially, it wasn't just Simple. Simple had a really great performance for the whole tournament, obviously, but Guardian like waited almost the whole tournament until now to come up with the really big plays, I thought.
And especially in that second half of regulation, I mean, he had a lot of high impact frags, that 1v3 again. This is one of those maps where I feel like VP I mean, was the better team. They were putting themselves in more advantageous situations, but time and time again, NaVi's individuals, mostly Simple and Guardian, Edward also in some of those rounds, were able to bring it back, to pull the team back into a winning situation. So you have to give them props for that.
Here's the funny thing, okay, Janko. Think of all the other finals we've seen, okay. There were times earlier this year where I actually think NaVi was the better team in some of these finals. When they lost to Fnatic at Star Series, I thought NaVi was the better team. They were playing the better style of Counter-Strike, they had the better map pool, but it was always the other team who had like the miracle player or the insane play, and you just felt like, oh, this is unfair, what am I supposed to do against that? So finally, NaVi, with this new lineup with Simple in it, which does look very different, they got that on their side this time, and that's the reason they beat VP, who gave them great accounting of themselves.
And I think that is exactly the reason, and it precisely shows why we're touting them as the team the next team that's going to be able to challenge SK as the best team in the world, although I think certainly VP has also proven themselves to be in that contention. Right now it looks like it's revolving around those three teams.
It looks like it literally could be one of those exciting like A over B over C over A type scenarios, because if you get the right matchup here in any of these finals, everyone can win titles right now.
Everyone can win, and indeed NaVi have done so. They are our ESL 1 New York champions, and it has been a hard-fought battle for everyone. A couple of words to our losers. You've already hinted about Virtus Pro, but I mean, we said they would start cementing and battling for that top two, perhaps even top one, there I go, position.
I mean, just because NaVi won the second map in like quite emphatic fashion, it's like I always say, Virtus Pro, you can beat them, okay? You can outplay them, that can happen, but they will never give you the win. They will never just quit. They'll never mentally kind of concede it or think, oh, you know, we tried our best, but that's it. They always push you all the way. And so that's why actually, I bet if you ask NaVi now, this is like the most satisfying kind of win because of the fact that it took everything out of them at the end. And they probably even thought, is it even going to happen? Are they going to win as usual with the clutch play? So I have no problems whatsoever with the fact that we predicted Virtus Pro to win this. They looked like the better team actually over the tournament, but that's the whole point of Counter-Strike. Miracle individual plays sometimes can win a game if you've got everything else there.
And there was some particular plays that you chose to highlight, Janko.
And also, I think this is one of the best series I've seen in terms of the quality of Counter-Strike, right? We had two kind of blowouts in the first two maps, but it wasn't because the losing team was making some huge mistakes and just, you know, playing sloppy CS. It's because the winning team was playing really, really solid fundamental CS. So in a game like this that goes into overtime, obviously small mistakes decides who wins. Like the one round more, you would win it in regulation. So for me, that was the 29th round when the score was 14-14. This situation, you can see that it's a 4v4, and Taz will get the kill, and we'll pause it here. You can see that they already know they're rotating towards B. There's 27 seconds left. Pasha is holding this good angle towards window. Taz has a Molotov. He throws a Molotov, but then Pasha, maybe even getting a call from his teammates that someone's coming on the rotate, he pulls out a flash and moves. But I think he did that a fraction too late, because you either do it immediately while the Molotov is still there, because you can see that NaVi players are hesitating because of the Molotov. So he either goes now, but he decides to pull out the flash, and you can see the timing here. The NaVi players already pushed through, he's not aware of it, and Guardian manages to get a kill on both him and Taz. Now, the reason here is, yes, the timing is unlucky, but in my opinion, he should have just held that cross and let the other player who was rotating just pass through. Yes, it looks a bit silly, like why wouldn't you move, you're the closer player, but this is precisely the reason why, because he can get the first kill and still jump out, and it will make the other NaVi players uncomfortable, but this way he gave a small window to NaVi, which unfortunately they took and managed to win that round, and that was what gave them the overtime.
A small window through a small window in Mirage in B apps. But with NaVi picking up the trophy, we have to take a moment to reflect upon well, I was going to say all 3 days, but really just these playoffs. I mean, it started oh so long ago, and we have to, of course, realize how NaVi did get here. We had 2 semifinals, and you know what? The first one was a treat as well. We started with North American presence today, gentlemen, and it wasn't a too shabby showing from Liquid, managing to stretch NaVi and picking up that map victory. In fact, it was the start, Duncan. We started getting a little bit on the edge of our seats here at the desk as we touted NaVi to be taking this one convincingly, and Liquid did flex.
Yeah, I mean, just as in this series here, Liquid came out strong on the first map, Cobblestone. They were dominant there. Again, the guys from NaVi struggled. Actually, that time it was T-side they started on. This time, obviously, it was CT. So, I mean, actually, what's funny is, despite the fact NaVi are champions, we already see Cobblestone. There's going to be a map people are going to make them play, and they've got a lot of problems on it right now. So, you already know, like, it's not like they're insurmountable, but Liquid, I think here's the funny thing. Once we got to these playoffs here, I don't think anyone showed themselves up. I think everyone played a really great overall tournament. Some people didn't get the right breaks at the right time, or a player underperformed, but in general, the teams looked very, very solid for this top 4.
And also, you're referencing Cobblestone. You can tell the difference how NaVi is already drilled on a map like Mirage on the T side, going for defaults and, you know, those exit strategies from defaults. On Cobblestone, they're not right there yet. So I think they just need more time to practice and to iron out those timings.
It doesn't feel like long ago after that holiday break from teams. We were sitting there in the Pro League desk and talking about sloppy CS, messy CS. It was hard to watch, and that has gone. We've had some world-class Counter-Strike played here in New York across...
It's gone today, Alex, but I think, you know, in the previous stages of the tournament, it was still a bit shaky.
Okay.
You could see it from the results, right? Having all 3 European teams out first, they definitely need to polish their game, that's for sure.
It did get polished, and it did get polished in the grand final. Virtus Pro just walking through it. What a fantastic ride it has been. We should start saying goodnight, though, as indeed the night, or rather the morning, is young. Do people say that? I'm not even sure. It's been a pleasure, though, to be your host over the last 2 days, and of course, a big thank you to the guys who did it in the first day. A couple of things we do have to say before we do go, though. One final thank you to none other than the Score Esports application to go ahead and just digest everything you've just witnessed. If you just joined us, where the hell have you been? You've missed out. We've had a fantastic time here in New York, but you can recap it all over in the Score Esports application, smartphone device for any basically smartphone, iOS and Google Play. You go grab that. And if you did just join us and you're wondering, hey, I want to be a part of that. That looked like they're having fun. I wish I could get my hat signed by Guardian, which is what's going down right now behind me. Next month, we'll be over in Oakland. IEM Oakland, $300,000 on the line. And we could even get a rematch of that grand final. Those teams, all 4 of the playoff teams will be there. In fact, 6 of the 8 that are here are going to be there next month. So go ahead and start booking your tickets. It's IEM-Oakland.com. It's been a pleasure to be a part of this, and we hope to see you there in November.